I follow the Sharia law wherever I go.
So as a Muslim, you should say that you always follow Sharia law. Sharia law is basically public law, personal law, privately, everything that Islam tells you to do, that's Sharia, not just like the law of the land, but also your personal do's and don'ts in your own house and in your private life. And as a Muslim, yes, you have to. Denying Sharia will take you out of the fold of Islam if you say that I'm not supposed to follow this. So that's the correct answer. You have to always Sharia law. Okay, but then let's continue.
Because a lot of people don't understand what the Sharia means. Sharia just means following the practice of Islam, the teachings of Islam.
Yeah, the teaching of Islam, whether it's private or public, whether it's law of the the Islamic law of the land, or even like how to wipe my ass, right?
So praying 5 times a day is Sharia.
So praying. So here's the clever thing he does here that many Muslims do. When you're talking about Sharia, now you will mention the things that you're supposed to do that are not the parts that a lot of people highlight. So the examples he will give of Sharia, which they are Sharia.
Being good to my neighbor is Sharia.
So praying 5 times a day is Sharia. Being good to your neighbor is Sharia. However, that's only if your neighbor is a Muslim, right? Or a Jew or a Christian that is paying the jizya and living and following Islamic law. But that does not include your neighbor if your neighbor is gay, if your neighbor is an apostate, if your neighbor is a witch, they believe in witches, then you should expose them and get the state to kill them, right? So if your neighbor is an apostate, it doesn't include though, okay? It mostly includes your neighbor being a Muslim, right?
Taking care of my children is Sharia.
Yeah, taking care of your children is Sharia, but also teaching your children to being martyrs and fighting for the sake of Allah. That also includes taking care of your children.
So I practice Sharia wherever I am because Sharia.
Yeah, so the examples that they do not include when they talk about Sharia is killing apostates like me. That's also Sharia. Killing atheists like me. That's also Sharia. Cutting the hands and feet or crucifying people who take a position against Islam, that's also Sharia. Wife beating, as I showed you, that's also Sharia. So everything he says is correct. It is Sharia, but they don't mention these other things that are also Sharia. All right?
Just means pathway to God. So whatever leads me to God.
Yeah, so killing apostates, beating your wife, these are the pathway to God. These are the things, following Islamic rules leads you to God.
I do it wherever I am. Even if I'm in prison, I still can practice Sharia. I'm in prison, right? Doesn't matter where you are, right?
And do you follow the law?
So this is the key part. This last few seconds is very important because there should have been a third question. The first question is, do you follow Sharia?